Good morning, everyone. This is Theresa from Theresa Holistic Tarot, and it's the Sunday pick for Sunday, November the 21st. So, as usual, please choose a number from 1 to 4. If you can just do this and take a few seconds, close your eyes, breathe deeply once or twice, let the breath out, open the eyes, and instinctively choose a card. So excuse me, but I've got a bit of a tickle. I'm just going to pull this back slightly. It's very much on top of me. Okay, let's hope that's okay. So we're going to start with number 1. Angels, spirits, guides. What do number 1s need to hear or need to learn for the coming week? Excuse me, let's clear the energy. So cards for number 1, please, Spirit. What do number 1s need to know, need to learn? We have women holding a coin, quite an important card. It will make a significant difference sometimes. Let me see where I'm putting this. Okay, so we have women holding a coin, and we have man holding a coin. That's quite interesting. So let's see what the tarot have to say for those. Okay, so I'm going to use the gilded. No, I won't. I'm going to use Rider-Smith. Rider-Waite. Let's see. So angel spirits, guides. Can we have some clarifiers, please, for women holding a coin and man holding a coin, please? Oops. Nine of Cups, really nice outcome there. Happiness, celebration. Knight of Cups, wow. Okay, let's do man holding a coin. This is absolutely incredible. Okay, so interesting. So with women holding a coin, she's going to have the Nine of Cups, which is a card of celebration. So good fortune, good news, good outcome, a wish being manifested. This is like a minor wish card. Also comes with the Knight. So the Knight is normally the beginning of change, the person who instigates an offer, who makes the offer in regards to either money, business, but it's really going to bring some happiness, some joy. Now, I've also got man holding a coin, so I'm going to clarify these two a little bit. I can't tell you the last time I had those two out side by side like that. So very interesting for me. Now, this is the wish card. 10 of Cups. It's the culmination of wishes, happy ever after, dreams coming true, major manifestation. It's connected with joy. Cups are joy, our emotions. Well, they're our emotions. And in this instance, it's really good emotions. It's happiness, joy. Some major celebrations here for number 1s, 9 and 10. So what's afoot? But what could be holding that down? What could be slowing the manifestation down? What could slow this process down is the 9 of Swords. Now, the 9 of Swords is a card of worry, it can sometimes be depression, but it's very much a negative energy in regard to our belief system. Now, I normally explain to everyone that our thoughts are just generated randomly. We think thousands of them a day. We don't stop to analyse them all, but when we don't challenge them, they become quite entrenched, and they can often go from a thought process into a belief system. So we really would like to knock that energy on the head. This is not a good energy. So it's despair. I'm so worried about something, I just can't believe it. And yet, what we have here is such a fabulous outcome. We don't want to slow the energy of that outcome down. So let's just clarify a little more. So angel spirits, guides, can we have some clarity in regards to the 9 of Swords, please? We've got the Empress. Wow, this is major abundance. Major abundance. She also delivers. She's the magician is the person who gets the concept, the idea going, to begin the process of manifestation. She makes it happen. She delivers it. She is also the card of pregnancy and giving birth. And please, this will not apply to everybody. I'm sorry, but it won't. And you really, this is where these cards are, these readings 1 to 4 are very, very general, because they apply to many, 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 many people are picking them. They will not resonate 100% with everyone. So please take what parts do resonate and leave what doesn't. But for some, it will be about pregnancy. This worry will be in connection with the manifestation. It's about it can be pregnancy, as I said, but this is very much about manifestation. I'm really, really worried. I'm worried sick about the future, what's going to happen. And the outcome is absolutely fantastic. And all that worry would be doing would be slowing that outcome down. Now, the worry can be around pregnancy, getting pregnant, having a successful pregnancy, having children in the future. But I would really have to ask you whether it is to do with abundance in general. Now, bear in mind, abundance is very varied. It's different strokes for different folks. It can mean health, wealth, happiness. It can mean fantastic relationships. It can mean love. It can mean so many things. But whether it's pregnancy or abundance in general, is your worry going to change the outcome or affect the outcome in any shape or form? And I would suggest to you the answer would be no. If anything, worry and stress can actually instigate a physiological response in the body. Stress is diluted fear. Stress factors, stress hormones in the body are not healthy. So this is something I would be saying to somebody, the outcomes here are so good. The potential is so good, so fantastic actually to get all these wonderful cards. But you yourself can actually stop this happening. You can slow it right down. Yes, a lot of this abundance and manifestation is tied into man and woman holding a coin. So this can be very much about two people getting together, combining their income together, really beginning to manifest together. So it's the family card. So they may be manifesting the family. They may take opportunity coming in of change and an offer of how can we make more money, an offer of going into business together, and because the end results are going to be so happy and celebratory. Pregnancy can be mentioned. It is potential, definitely for some, not all, but there's the fly in the ointment, unfortunately, and that is really down to individuals here. So let me pull one more clarifier. Yeah, okay. So we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is very much a card that can be a little bit of conflict. It's not necessary. It can be in work. It can be with colleagues. It can be with family. This can often be it's more of an irritation. It can be gossip, listening to somebody, and I would actually say pay no heed, because if you're going to give any credence to gossip or people's opinions, it really will slow your manifestation down. But this is very personal. In a 1-to-1 reading, I would go way deeper to explore this. I really would. But in a general reading, like for number 1, I would say to you, everything looks fabulous. A culmination, coming together of a male or female, a couple beginning to put their money together, being committed together, going into business together, having a partnership together, living together, getting married, but there's a common, together, putting together of money, and the outcome bodes really, really well. So these are our outcome cards here. Okay, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. So as I said, the 10 of Cups is the wish card. Great abundance, great manifestation, bringing joy, happiness. Very much the wish card, the happy ever after. The 9 is slightly less, obviously, but he is the minor wish card. you're going to be celebrating. Okay, and that is fabulous. You've got the Empress, again, great abundance, and the only negative card would be this worry. So somewhere along the line, you have to challenge your thought processes, because otherwise it just won't stop. And we cannot fall into the trap of totally believing at what our heads are telling us. Our heads, as we know them, because we think thousands and thousands of thoughts a day, our heads are driven by the ego. The ego is meant to protect us, and it often steps in and overdoes its job. So it can hold us back. It can cause anguish. It can cause us to go into anxiety mode, fearful mode, nervous mode. And this is also about control, because we cannot control our external environment. We just can't. We cannot control everything. We can't micromanage everybody and everything around us. So there will be some conflict. Your family may not like your new status. Your colleagues may be jealous of your new abundance, your new status, your new income, the rise you've had in salary, the wonderful things that's coming together for you. And so how you handle that is really up to you. So number one, great cards. Up to you how you handle any negative thoughts, doubts, negative energy coming your way, a little bit of jealousy, gossip, whatever. But really, number one's great cards. Okay? Right, let's clear the energy and have number two. So angel spirits, guys, we've cleared the energy of number one. Let's concentrate on number two now, please. Number two. Cards for the week for number two. Financial constraints and hostilities. Wow, not a great start for number two. You're up against it financially. Although the door is opening here, so the door is opening to change, but you may have known financial constraints up until now, but now the door is opening, and hopefully the tarot will back me up on that. Hostilities, not a great card, is it? But we often have some form of confrontation or conflict with people in our lives, whether it's family, friends, work colleagues. So let's have a look at financial constraints and hostilities, please. So angel spirits, guys, clarifiers for financial constraints, hostilities for number twos, please. Okay. Another brilliant card, another wish card. So the Ten of Cups in the previous reading was for emotional wishes. This is for material wishes. So definitely that door is not just beginning to open or cracking open. That door is now wide open when that appears. Let's have this one because it's jumping out. The Knights of Pentacles. Lovely. And the Hanged Man. And the Queen of Swords. Okay. Right, so financial constraints coming to an end. We have the Ten of Pentacles, which is very much about the material wish card. Now, I'm not saying any one of you are going to win the lotto, but what I would say, this is a beautiful, beautiful card of things really beginning to come together. Manifestations working out, plans coming together. And I often think it's about peace of mind. So it's not always just about being rich, or it's about having enough, more than enough. And having that peace of mind that I don't have to worry about because when this card appears, we may have, especially when this one appears, we may have known the worry of financial constraints. We may know what it's like to be a bit broke, not be able to buy what we want, or literally be juggling and just be up against it. So not the best energy, but as I say, this one is definitely coming to an end, and that's fabulous. The Knight of Pentacles indicates change. Well, we've just seen that with the 10. So change in regards to the Pentacles. So Pentacles, this can mean what we need in an earthly concept. So it's to do with salaries, our jobs, home, our friendships as well. So change there, but it's really good change, and I'm loving the energy of that. Now, hostilities, it's quite interesting what you've got there following that. We've got the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is very much about saying, okay, take me here. I'm in quite an unusual position. I have a completely different outlook on life to what you do. I'm seeing things from a completely different angle. So in regards to hostilities, Spirit would be advising you, look at it from another angle. Look at it from another person's point of view. Stand in at someone else's shoes. Imagine it for 2 minutes and say, how does it feel for them? How does it look for them? Because you need to challenge possibly your own thinking here. Look at it from another angle, and you may then see it in a softer or less hostile light. The Queen of Swords is very much about speaking your truth. It doesn't mean this Queen of Swords represents the attributes of truthfulness, communication, incisive and decisive action. So she's the most rational of the queens. She's unemotional. She would be saying, take the emotions out of whatever is going on in this situation. So first you're being asked, so there's the fight. I mean, he's up for it, isn't he, with his sword up there. So Spirit would be saying to you, you need to look at it from a different angle. But you also need to think about how you're going to communicate in this situation. And what is the truth for you in this situation? So how can you communicate your thoughts on this? Communicate them. How can you be firm, be assertive, but do it kindly? So there may be a little bit of thought process going on there for you, but you really have to be clear thinking and unemotional. Okay, so let's just clarify that a bit further, because I'm being nosy. I'd like to see how it turns out a bit. Right, so Angel Spirits Guides. I'm going to have clarifiers, please, for financial constraints, 10 section, and hostilities section, please. But let's start with the hostilities. Right, okay. Feeling out in the cold. So this is very much about something that is occurring in somebody's life. There is it could be a cold war. It could be when friends have fallen out and nobody's actually admitted, I'm angry with you. I'm actually not speaking to you, because it feels very much out in the cold. So there's there's that lack of communication. So when somebody's being left out in the cold, it could be you, or you leaving somebody else out in the cold. Okay. But again, this is also a card of feeling sorry for oneself. So this whole package here would be saying there's a controversy, there's conflict, there's an argument, there's a row going on. So you personally would be, because it's your reading number 2, you would be being asked, 1, check your perspective. Imagine it from somebody else's point of view, because that information will give you a more rational approach. Because if you can look at it from somebody else's point of view, but still hold your own thought process, you can handle it better. You can actually see, well, I can understand why or where you're coming from. I get it. And then you can actually be one step further to actually solving the problem. But somebody is feeling very much out in the cold. Now, this can be you feeling that you've been left out of things, or you're leaving somebody else out of things because you're not communicating. So let's just take another one. Ace of Swords. Okay. So there will come the opportunity to actually communicate. There will come that moments of inspiration, divine inspiration, hopefully, where you actually, the penny drops and you might say, okay, I'm going to offer an opportunity for us to converse. I'm going to offer an opportunity to bring this situation to an end. Because deliberately, it's about inviting somebody in from the cold. So you'll get that moment's inspiration where you think, what on earth are we doing here? What is this all about? But then the thing it's all about is lack of communication. And not acknowledging it, not speaking about it, brushing it under the carpet, pretending it's not happening, just going off on your own and saying, well, I don't care. You know, she can come to me, he can come to me. I'm taking myself out of it. But there's a total breakdown in communication. So the adult thing, seriously, would be put your thinking cap on, look at it from someone else's point of view. She's not asking you to give ground. She's actually saying, you can you can have your opinions, have your stance, be firm, be assertive, but you can do it with kindness, and you can be speaking your truth and still be kind. And so if this person is you, just be aware that somebody's maybe feeling very left out. And if it's you feeling very left out, there will be an opportunity to converse and put it right. So somewhere along the line, the penny is going to drop, and there's going to be an opportunity for this situation to be corrected. Right, and one last clarifier. Okay, Page of Swords now for financial constraints and the other cards. So the Page of Swords is that new beginning, that new start, a young energy, exciting energy. So you've got two court cards there. So you've got the Knight and the Page. So it feels there's change being implemented, change coming in. It could be change because the 10 is allowing the change to begin to happen because the financial constraints are now lifted. But this is a good energy. This is good communication as well. So you may receive news of you may receive news however you receive it, which also can get the ball rolling, but the whole package tied together is very good. The end of financial constraints, good times, knowing peace of mind, which I think is absolutely invaluable. And as I say, change and good energy in regards to money. So on a personal level, conflict, bit of hostility going on. You could put it right, or are you just waiting for somebody to come in and offer that, offer you, come on, let's discuss this. But come what may, think about it. Okay, so that's the cards for number 2. Let's clear the energy. And we'll have cards for the week, please, for number 3. Okay. So angel spirits, guides, can we please have some energy cards for number 3? So energy cards for number 3, please. What number 3 got in store this week? Okay, the thinking man. And door to romance. Now the door to romance there, it's not completely open, but it's open. So somebody may be coming round to thinking about, okay, it's time I got over this. It's time to let somebody else in. Not everyone's the same, etc., etc. So that's good. The thinking man can often be a professional, but we'll see what the cards say in regards to him. Okay, so angel spirits, guys, some clarifiers, please, for the thinking man and door to romance. Okay, the 2 of Pentacles and the Emperor. Okay, door to romance. We have the 3 of Cups, celebration. And the 2, that's quite interesting. Number 3 is you've got 2 2s. So 2s are normally choices, decisions. So you've got to decide about something. So in regards to these, they're different but similar. But as you can see, he's holding a globe. So he's actually thinking, where next? Where am I going next? So ones are often linked to career or passion. So you may consider a move, and it may be to follow your heart, follow your dream, follow your goal, follow whatever your career. And the 2 here can indicate that you're tired of keeping the balls in the air, tired of how life is at the moment, tired of struggling either to make ends meet, maybe possibly financially, or just everything that's going on in your life. So again, a decision. We have, it can be a little bit of an emotional decision, because it can involve moving. So I've got 2 cards here involving a decision, and both of them in different ways can indicate thinking about moving. So thinking about possibly changing job, possibly changing location. I want to make more money. I'm tired of having to juggle, and a career move would be appropriate in this instance. Okay, so in regards to both of those cards, you may seek advice. The thinking man is normally an educated professional. I know it sounds a bit corny, but so is the Emperor. So it can be that you seek advice from somebody whose advice you value. It could be someone who's interested in you in career-wise, who sees the possibility in you. But this is also about you really doing things properly, doing things and getting it established, rock solid. So his advice would be, and well, both of them really would be saying, right, number one, you do your research, do your homework, do your research, tick every possible box that there is to tick, because you can't jump without, in either direction, without having all the facts at your fingertips. This is about playing safe. They don't take chances. They're not gung-ho and thinking, oh, just off to London and wing it and I'll pick something up. No, they're saying, no, do your research first. Get your CV out, do the planning, do online meetings with recruitment agents, whatever. It's about doing it properly, because the Emperor is benevolent and very much would support you, but it's all about structure with him. It's all about doing things in an established format. He doesn't go for people wing it. You know, this is very much about not just tradition, I wouldn't say tradition, about doing things properly. Okay. 3 of Cups, so we've got the door to romance. So the 3 of Cups, there we are, we're celebrating. What are we celebrating? So the 3 of Cups is about the 3 young girls, and they're all holding the cups up. So emotion, joy, happiness. It can often be the celebration of a good collaboration, a good teamwork, a good career move. But in this instance, it's door to romance, so it's a romantic celebration. Now, I've often said to clients before, sometimes it can come up, and I really instinctively will say to them, you're going on a hen night. So it can be the hen night card. So this, I'm not saying we're going straight from the door to romance opening and possibly allowing romance into your life, although this card is saying very much that the opportunity is there. So there may be, you may be beginning to come round to the idea, but the opportunity will knock on your door. So the opportunity of meeting somebody on a romantic level and celebrating. So as I'm not saying you're going to go straight from meeting somebody to engagement, but the cards bode well. Your friends are going to be happy for you. You may have some nights out. You may be doing introduce your the new love of your life. So that is lovely. And this and that meeting can also make you consider moving. So there's long-term implications potentially, but right, I'm trying to keep it simple for right now. So let's just pull a couple more clarifiers for number 3. Okay. King of Cups. And I'm going straight on to door to romance because that's what I was discussing when I decided to go for the clarifiers. King of Cups. Wow, beautiful energy. King of Cups, so much love to give, so much love to receive, in touch with his emotions, very family orientated, but love, 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 love. So this is somebody really, really, really grounded emotionally. I think I've said before, but I love this energy actually. This is somebody that cares about his granny and his family and his mum, and he'll pick up the phone and call his mum, take note my sons. But it's a really loving energy. So door to romance, celebrating, potential meeting, King of Cups, beautiful energy. It can mean a slightly more mature energy. It doesn't mean about age. It can mean the person is ready to be committed, ready to give the love, ready to see it right through to the family stage, which is beautiful. Now let's clarify the other one. Knight of Swords. Right, now that makes a little bit of sense now. So the Emperor, he's all about doing things properly. The Knight of Swords is, he's a rush. He gets really enthusiastic and he gets carried away with himself. Even the horse looks terrified. So the Emperor would be saying to you, whoa, hold your fire. You may get the idea, you may get the concept, you may feel fired up, you may want to rush on in there, but he's saying don't. Hang fire. Do your research, do your work online. Let's just pull one more on that, because the tendency will be to just dive straight in. Right, okay. So we've got the High Priestess now. So the High Priestess would be saying, you know, so you're trust your gut. You're taking advice. What advice resonates with you? So can you find a balance between the advice which might seem, oh my word, they're so slow, they want me to dot the I's, cross the T's, and that feels quite tedious? Maybe it does. But the High Priestess would be saying, find the balance. What sits well with you between jumping on the train, rushing over to London to try your hand or whatever, where's the balance? What feels right to you? So trust in yourself as well. So changes afoot for number 3. Potential move, potential considering a move, whether it's a career move, home move, and what the career move can also mean change of location, or it can mean applying for another job to allow more money because you're fed up with the juggling of it. But there's definitely, look at that globe, so it could be that different area. But then again, your new romance can maybe take you elsewhere. So a nice reading for number 3. Looks like love is coming in. Looks like you're going to be celebrating. And let me tell you, he's worth waiting for. So if you've been feeling, oh my word, is it ever going to happen? Is it ever going to come right? Yes. But it's worth waiting for. So trusting yourself, and trusting yourself for both of these, because although I was clarifying that one, she's sitting right beside the King of Cups, and I feel that you will know it. You will know instinctively that this person's right for you. So all those frogs you kissed, that was a lesson about what works and what doesn't. And believe you me, we all kiss a lot of frogs in life to get to the one you're meant to be with. So super. Right, let's clear the energy, and we'll have cards for number 4, please. So let's have some cards, angel spirits, guides. Let's have some energy cards for number 4. Wow, I've just had a really strong sensation of somebody packing their bags. Somebody's going to pack their bags or thinking about it. Actually, maybe even get the suitcase down, but they're hesitating, throwing things in. Somebody in that, if you've chosen number 4, somebody is thinking of leaving. Okay, let's see what the cards say. Anxiety. Not a great energy, is it? Angel of Balance. Okay, so something's out of kilter. Let us see what the tarot say. Okay, anxiety. First card up is the Hermit. Okay. Your next one is the Two of Cups. Page of Wands. 3 of Pentacles. Right. I'm really tempted, and I'm going to do it, pull another energy card, because I cannot get that vision of somebody packing their bag out of my head. So let's just see what's what. Oops. Because it didn't feel like a good packing, like a moving packing. There was hesitation. It was like a small suitcase on the bed, small case on the bed, and somebody hesitating, putting something in, hesitating, second guessing themselves. It felt very uncomfortable indeed. So one more energy card, contract. Okay. For number 4. Right, let's get onto it and see what's what. I'm going to put my little vision aside for a second and let's get working with what we've got. So with anxiety, we've got the Hermit. So anxiety, interestingly enough, I love the way they tell a story. We've got the Hermit and then we've got the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is actually about a partnership. So it can be that loving, emotional partnership that we've been looking for. This is about two people committed to each other. So in a love interest, that's very much what that's about meeting somebody, maybe getting engaged, getting married, but meeting and actually realizing this, oh my word, this, you know, I've been searching for years, waiting for years. This feels like it. So it's lovely. But it's coming out under anxiety. So you may have had anxiety that you're going to end up alone. And nobody, no, I can't say nobody. People often misunderstand the Hermit. The Hermit, yes, he is alone. He's alone by choice. But the amazing thing, he stands for internal resources because he travels the world with his staff and his light. He doesn't need anything else or anybody else. He's so self-sufficient. But in this instance, anxiety would mean, to me, very much to me, anxiety would mean I'm nervous about being left on the shelf. I'm left about being on my own. And you needn't be worried because you've actually got a relationship card. And again, it's well worth waiting for. So, interestingly enough, that also means a contract. Because if you were, this is about, and notice as well, this is so interesting. We've got Angel of Balance. Angel of Balance is the same as the scales. It's about balance, about making sure everything is balanced out. So that contract itself can mean the beginning of a new relationship with a person or with a company or with an organization that you know you've maybe been wanting for quite some time to actually join. You love what they stand for, you love the work they do, you want to be employed by them, you want to do, you know, so it bodes really well on a romantic level and a career level. Now the angel of balance can often come when something is out of sync. Now it's not for me to really go digging into your personal life and say, oh, what are you doing that's not quite balanced? But it often shows up when our thinking, anxiety, is not in alignment with everything else. It's when the thoughts maybe take over and you're not listening to your heart or your higher self. So anxiety is, for me, it's a trap. It's a learned thinking style, first and foremost. It's a learned thinking style. And then it becomes a very familiar learned thinking style. And people just accept, well, that's how I am. And it doesn't have to be like that. And so this anxiety can be way out of the norm, or it can be way out of not, I don't want to normalize things, but it's having a negative impact. So the anxiety itself can be out of balance. It can be it can cause a physiological response in your body, but that anxiety can stop that lovely manifestation of that relationship, whether it's a career move or a romantic move. Okay, because I've seen contract, it feels more like, in fact, it's definitely actually a career, because I've just realized we've got I wasn't paying attention. We've got the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is that new beginning, normally with a career or with something that I've been wanting to start for ages. I've been wanting to get with that company. I've been wanting that job. I've been dreaming about it, manifesting it. So it's actually happening now. So there's your offer. So he would be bringing the offer. He's the new beginning, and the offer is actually going to take place, as you can see in your contract. So in a career level, for number 4, cracking card, but you really have got to try and get a handle on this. Okay, now in regards to a career move, the Hermit would be saying to you, don't second guess yourself. You have the internal resources to go for this and really keep, and do it. The Three of Pentacles, very much in regards to career, work, is about collaboration. So you may seek advice. You may seek advice of a recruiter. You may seek advice from somebody that's already in the organisation. You may ask your current place of work or somebody to give you a reference. But this is about involving somebody else to be able to get where you want to be. And that is in regards to a contract. Now, if this wasn't, if it didn't have all the other career, overtures. So if you're not actually job hunting, this bit doesn't make any sense to you. These two cards by themselves would say you're going to make a deal with either a builder or an architect or something to do with the home, or it can actually be the signing the deal to raise the finances, which allows either a home to be bought or built or amended or to take shape somehow or another. So can you sort of understand that really these general readings can go, I'm trying to keep them general, but a personal reading is really where it's at, because you can dig that little bit deeper. Anyway, so I'm just going to have a couple of last cards for number 4. Nine of Pentacles. So anyone that's beginning to follow should know that that is a great card. Nine of Pentacles is everything beginning to come right, everything beginning to manifest. I'm not so worried anymore. I can see that the efforts I've been putting in are really beginning to pay off. My friendships are good. My life is good. I'm happy where I'm at. Lovely, lovely card. So you've gone from anxiety to knowing some joy. And in that process, Spirit is saying, what on earth have you learned? What have you learned in the process? Have you finally learned that anxiety serves no purpose? Now, when I say anxiety, I don't mean when people get absolutely physically overtaken with it. I'm talking about when we're in the habit of sitting down thinking. And all we're doing is thinking. Okay? And then it becomes sort of like paralysis analysis. And I am often hammering home the fact that it doesn't change an outcome. So why invest your energy in doing it? If you catch yourself doing it, going into overthinking, analyzing, you have to realize that you're actually trying to control. You're trying to control your world, your environment, your situation, possibly the people around you. That's not good for other people. They don't like being micromanaged. So if you're going into this stress type of thinking, you really seriously, please try and address it. And there's lots of things on YouTube. DM me if you would ever like any advice on how to try and get out of that habit. But it's about lessons learned. So you may have had a major upheaval. You may have been through a bit of an emotional journey. There's a lot going on here in these cards. Might feel a little bit emotional, but the main thing is take time out, recharge your batteries, pay attention to everything that's going on, because the lessons you've learned in collaboration, in maintaining balance, in the new beginnings, what have you learned? Because it will stand you in good stead moving on. Okay, so that's your cards number 4, and I think we seem to be creeping up in numbering cards as the weeks go by. So I hope you all have a lovely Sunday and are having a super weekend. So bye for now, and see you next week.